Hello everyone, I am Mitali Bhagavati, Assistant Professor, Krishnakanta Handikoy, State Open University, Assam. Today, we will be discussing Unit 5, that is Social Institution, Family, Education and Religion of the paper Social and Political Philosophy. This unit will be discussed in 3 videos. We have already covered the first video, which dealt with the meaning and definition of social institution. And in today's video, after covering the meaning and definition of social institution, we will deal with the concept of family and education as a social institution. Let's begin the video with a general understanding of society. The term society is derived from the Latin word socius, which means companionship or friendship. Companionship means sociability. A man cannot think of living in isolation without other. So, society is a place of fulfilling desire, imagination, planning, aspirations, vision, etc. Without a society, an individual is incomplete. So, human societies are characterized by patterns of relationships, institutions, and shared cultural elements that shape the interactions and behaviors of individuals within the group. Understanding the nature of human society is very crucial for addressing social issues, promoting social cohesion, and fostering positive social sense. It requires an interdisciplinary approach that takes into account the complex interplay of historical, cultural, economic, and political factors that shape the lives of individuals and communities. Now let us try to understand the concept of social institution. Social institutions are stable, valued, recurring patterns of behavior that help maintain the structure of a society. They are the organized system of beliefs, values, roles, and norms that guide human behavior and interaction among all the individuals of social life. Social institutions are essential for the functioning and stability of a society as they provide a framework for individuals to interact and cooperate with each other. In common language, we often use the word institution in a very loose way to mean different things. For example, we call a school an educational institution or a bank a financial institution. An institution in sociology has a much broader meaning and scope than what we commonly mean by an institution, such as educational institution or finance institution, etc. So learners, by institution, we mean a system of social arrangements that guide the behavior of persons in a society in a particular prescribed way and in important areas of social life. They are devised by the people in a society and continue for generations so as to ensure smooth functioning of the society. We may describe an institution as a socially established and approved way of doing things. In other words, we can define an institution as an organized way of doing something. So, social institutions are cultural patterns grouped about the central need of man in society. We have learned that in a society there are some rules and some established patterns of behavior that provide guidelines for behavior to behave like a social being. These norms and these standards form of behaviors or values guide how people should behave and perform their roles in society. So, some behavior patterns become very much regularized and patterned, fulfilling some basic social needs. For example, marriage. Marriage fulfills the basic social need of birth, regulated sex relation, and a mutual socio-economic relation between spouses. So that the behavioral relation order of this becomes patterned and regularized in the society. Marriage is therefore an institution. Institution are thus more enduring than other patterns of behavior, unlike the short-lived pattern of dancing, talking, and a passive dress fashion, and which fades away according to time. Hence, institutions are the established behavior, procedure, or patterns of behavior that are recognized by the society and fulfill some basic needs of the society. In every society, and it fulfills some basic needs of the society. In every society, some institutions are universally prevalent. These are like the family, kinship, and economy and political institution. In other words, these are reflected in the accepted procedures of behavior and the behavior itself. Institutions are interrelated. For example, the Special Marriage Act 1954 is an outcome of the Indian Parliament, which is a political institution. This act is an example of political institution. This act is related to the institution of marriage. Practice and customs related to institutions may change over time or vary from society to society. But some institutions are found nearly everywhere and at all times. The family is a classic example of an institution. It is found in all societies and has always existed in some form or the other. This brings us to the concept of association. An association is a group of people, whereas an institution refers to a procedure of or a way of functioning in a particular group. The common way in which we describe an institution is that it is a socially established and approved way of doing things. In society, every group has its own value, which it holds as a very important, and most of the group activities are centered around them. These activities, through repetition, get established as patterns of behavior which are regarded by the group members as proper and appropriate. Any departure or any deviations is regarded as serious offense. Thus, a certain way of doing or performing a certain activity in society is formalized and thus becomes an institution. The term institution has been defined in different way by different thinkers. However, many definitions emphasize institutions as rule-based and enduring social structures that shape human behavior and social reality in significant ways. Their persistence and influence over society are seen as defining characteristics by philosophers. Thus, thinkers have used the term in a limited manner to mean only the rules or procedures that govern associations and groups. Some other thinkers use the term institution in a more broader way to include both the structures as well as the forms of procedures. It is in this sense that most of us refer to the family, the government, college, or the university as institutions. Social institutions are normative structures, and we have to understand that through this institution, the central activities centering around the family, education, the economy and polity and religion are performed. Social institutions are therefore the patterns that direct the behavior of human beings in the manifold activities. So in this unit, learners, we have to understand that the norms integrate in such a way that certain important functions of the society are fulfilled can be called as institution. Thus, we have the economic institution, political institution, religious institution, family, marriage, etc. in every society. The more complex and differentiated a family becomes, the more varied each institution becomes. Each of these institutions is set up of certain norms and values that guide the behavior of the people. So till this point of today's video, we have tried to understand the general meaning of society and how a human being is a social being, and we have also talked about the society and the social institution, its meaning and definition. And now in the further further video, we'll deal with the concept of family and education as a social institution. And before that, let us revisit the concept of institution once again. There are some important characteristics of social institution. Social institutions are collective in nature. Social institutions are systems of social arrangements that guide the behavior of persons in society in a prescribed way in the important areas of social life. They are devised by the people in a society and continue for generations so as to ensure smooth functioning of the society. Social institutions are universal as they are found in all the societies at all point of time. And institutions are means of satisfying the basic social needs of people. They are cultural instruments through which human beings obtain their material, social and cultural satisfactions. So social institutions are relatively permanent in their content and abstract in nature. So learners, social institutions are enduring structures that play crucial roles in organizing human behavior and shaping human persona. And all the social institutions are very much important to have an overall development of a person. Now, what is family? If we talk about family as a social institution, we have to understand that it is a primary socialization agent, teaching basic values, norms, and social skills. It provides emotional support, economic cooperation, and cultural transmission. Evolving family structures, work-life balance, and changing gender roles is the main purpose of having a family for a person. And if we talk about education as a social institution, we can talk about it with regard that education imparts knowledge, skills, and fosters critical thinking. It is a secondary socialization, preparing individual for the broader social roles. Education has the potential for social mobility and personal development. However, educational inequality, and there are debates about it, that it is also critical sometimes how educational inequality can bring up some issues in human life. Education as a social institution is a structured system that transmits knowledge, skills, values, and culture across generation, playing a pivotal role in societal development and individual growth. It serves as a secondary socialization agent after the family, teaching children to interact in larger interpersonal setting while passing down societal values and civic responsibilities. Schools impart academic knowledge, foster critical thinking, and prepare the individual child for the greater, larger slice of life. Education has the potential to be a great equalizer, providing opportunities for social advancement. Yet unequal access and quality can also reinforce social divides. It contributes to economic growth by developing human capital and driving research and innovation. Through civic education, it shapes informed, engaged citizens. Education, therefore, constantly adapts to social needs and often leads to the social reforms. However, it faces ongoing philosophical debates about its purpose. And as there are confusions, among the best teaching methods and how to ensure equality. So the contemporary challenges include the digital divide, balancing standardization with personification, and adapting to globalization. As an institution, education both reflects societal values and inequalities and holds the potential to transform them, making it a critical focus for philosophers, educators, and policymakers aiming to create just, informed, and thriving societies. So, learners, we have to understand family is the basic social institution. It is the most important primary group, and almost all the human beings have grown up in some kind of family. Family is a small social group consisting of a father, mother, and one or more two other relatives. Family vary from society to society. Relationship between the members of the families vary from society to society. Relationship between the members of the family is considered to be the older social institution of mankind. It has the capability to absorb changes in the society. According to Locke, Family is a group of persons united by ties of marriage, blood, or adoption, constituting a single household, interacting and intercommunicating with each other in their respective social roles of husband and wife, father, mother, son and daughter, brother, sister, creating a common culture. Again, another thinker, G.P. Murdoch, defines family as a social group characterized by common residence, economic cooperation, and reproduction. It includes adults of both sexes. At least two of them maintain a socially approved sexual relationship, and one or more children own or adopted of the sexually cohabiting adults. The family is one of the fundamental social institutions that plays a vital role in the functioning and well-being of society. It serves several crucial purposes. For example, socialization. The family is the primary unit where children learn to socialize, learn social norms, values, and behaviors. Parents and the other family members serve as the first teachers, instilling cultural, traditional, and moral principles and interpersonal skills in children from a very young age. The family provides a nurturing environment and a strong emotional support system for its members. It offers a sense of belonging, love, and security, which are essential for psychological well-being and personal development. Families often encourage and engage in economic cooperation, sharing resources, and providing financial support to one another. This can include pooling incomes, sharing living expenses, and assisting with education and health care costs. So, family as a unit is responsible for the reproduction and the continuation of society. It provides a stable environment for raising children and ensuring the perpetuation of social and cultural values across generations. Strong family ties and cohesion contribute to social stability by promoting shared values, responsibilities, and a sense of communities. Families can act as a buffer against societal stress and challenges, providing a sense of security and belongingness. Families play a crucial role in caregiving, particularly for children, the elderly, and those with special needs. They provide physical, emotional, and practical support, ensuring the well-being of the members of society. So, family as an institution serves as a primary source of social control, regulating behavior and instilling societal norms and expectations of their members. This helps maintain social order and promotes responsible citizenship. Again, the family as an institution also play a crucial role in cultural transmission. So, families are instrumental in transmitting the cultural traditions, beliefs, and practices from one generation to the next, contributing to the preservation and continuity of diverse cultures. In a sense, the family as a social institution is important for the healthy functioning of society, providing a nurturing environment, fostering social values, promoting emotional and economic stability, and ensuring the continuation and transmission of cultural heritage. So, to point out the distinctive feature of family, we can also talk about saying that it is a universal institution. Family is present in all human societies, and that in society there is a emotional basis. It is based on the most profound impulses of our organic nature, like mating, procreation, maternal devotion, and paternal care. The secondary emotion includes romantic love, affection, desire for economic security, yearning for perpetuity, and family molds the personality of the individual. It is a basic essence of socialization. And also, family molds the personality of the individual. It can be taken as the basic agent of cultural transmission. And we have to understand that the size of the family is limited. So the nuclear position in the social structure, it is simpler societies that the whole society is built upon family. In complex society also, it continues to be the most essential institution. It is the most demanding of all social institutions as far as obligation and responsibilities of the individual members are concerned. So family regulates the behavior of its member in accordance with social norms and values. The institution of family is permanent and universal, but the family as an association changes its structures due to death, new birth, migration, and divorce. So it is bilateral in nature. It means the relatives of both the father's and the mother's side are given equal importance. And in matrilineal societies like the Khasi and the Garo, clan members belong to the mother's side only, and otherwise in a patrilineal society, the father's side's family are given more importance. But in all societies, family include members from both sides, as the spouses belong to different clans. If we talk about the types of family, there are nuclear family, that is composed of a man and his wife and their unmarried child. It is the most common in contemporary Western and Indian societies as well as among some tribal communities. Secondly, we can talk about the other type of family, that is joint family. If two or more nuclear family live together with a common kitchen and a common income, then this type of family is known as a joint family. Hindu joint family is the best example of such family, where several brothers and their parents live together. Again, from the point of view of an individual ego, the family can be classified into two types. Firstly, family of orientation. Secondly, family of procreation. So the family of orientation means that it is the family in which one is born. One's identity in this family is as son or daughter of the parents. And the family of procreation is that in which one sets up after one's marriage. One's identity in this family will be as a father or mother of the children. While for the parents, it is a family of procreation. For the children, the same family is the family of orientation. Another demarcation is in between patrilocal and matrilocal family. Now, patrilocal family is that if after marriage the bride goes to reside in the residence of the groom's parents, then it is known as the patrilocal family. On the other hand, there is matrilocal family, where the groom after marriage goes to reside in the residence of the bride's family. Among the Khasi, Garo and the other types like Zaintias of Meghalaya, such type of family still prevails. Now, according to David's important thinker, the major social function of family are the function of reproduction, maintenance, social replacement of the young, and socialization. We may also explain the function of society in another way. For example, the biological function, socializing function, and the transmission of culture, which we have already discussed. So what about the biological function? The basic function of a society is bearing the child. That is the biological function of a family. This function is most important since it is the continuation of the species depends upon it. In this process, the family regulates the incorporations of members in the society. The second function is about the children to the stage that the society considers to be normal adulthood, taking care of the children till the child reached the normal childhood. The task of the family is to channelize the drives, urges, impulses of the individual in ways approved by the society. The family does it by the use of parental authority and parental affection. Another function is given to this institution is holding and transmission of property. The rules vary from society to society, but in general, property is held and transmitted through the family. Again, another important function is the transmission of culture. The family also function as a transmitter of cultural heritage from one generation to the next. So learners, here you can evaluate yourself with a question like, what are the different types of family, as we have already discussed in this video, according to the structures, and what are the major functions of a family as an institution. Now let us try to understand education as a social institution. Education is a social institution. It is called social institution because it is a system of interrelated social roles and norms that ensure transmission of knowledge from one generation to another. However, in today's video, we will just try to wrap it up by understanding the need and the function and types of family as a social institution. In the next video of this unit, we will deal in details with another important institutions of society, society, that is education and religion. Both education and religion are two other basic institutions of society. So to summarize, we have understood that family is one of the basic social institution, which is the primal social institution for a human being. And in the next video, we will deal with the understanding of education and religion as a social institution. Thank you very much for sticking to this video till the end, and see you in the next video.